Good day, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of Fayette Focus. Harry Wright with you. Today, my guest from Heartland Hospice, we've got Angie Tacket. Angie, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
All right, and I'm reaching across here and I'll let you introduce yourself.
My name is Beth McCain, and I'm with Carriage Court Assisted Living.
Okay, Beth, tell us about Carriage Court Assisted Living.
Carriage Court Assisted Living has been in Fayette County for over 20 years. We provide assisted living and memory care, and we are a deficiency-free company, so that means we're doing our job and doing what we're supposed to take good care of our residents.
That is good. It's with the memory people, the Alzheimer's patients, those are the hard ones.
It's difficult, but it's also something that we specialize in. It's something that we can really relate to them and make sure that they have a great quality of life.
Now, you wanted to come on the program today. You got something to talk about. What do you want to talk about today?
We sure do. So one of the things we feel like we've been lacking in this community is some Alzheimer's support. So what we are currently working on is having a fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. About 8 years ago, we did a walk, and it took place at Chrisman Park. Never really came together again after that, so we felt like it was time to do something to once again focus on the Alzheimer's Association. So this time what we're doing, it's something called the Longest Day, which is their secondary fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association. So the walk is kind of their primary fundraiser. The Longest Day is their secondary fundraiser. Of course, the Longest Day is June 21st, but the events that are supporting it, you can do any time. And then, like our community specifically, will be doing an event on June 21st. But what we're doing today is an event for the entire community, or what we're discussing today, and that is going to be June 16th, and we'll be doing that uptown or downtown Fayette County here in Washington Courthouse, and it's going to basically take place with all the merchants downtown on Court Street and Main Street. We're going to be doing a scavenger hunt. We're going to have some bands downtown. We're going to have a car show downtown, and everything that day is going to be just raising funds for the Alzheimer's Association, promoting community awareness, and then also trying to get people to be downtown in those stores, and just giving those merchants just some visibility.
There you go. And not only that, but also helping a really good cause. The Alzheimer's Association is working diligently to try to find out what causes Alzheimer's so they can try to stop it.
Exactly. And that is where the proceeds go. What we're trying to do is give them more funding. Ultimately, their goal is to find a cure for this disease, because it's rapidly increasing. It's affecting more and more people daily. And
it first of all, it takes your mind.
Yes.
And then after it takes your mind, it takes your body.
And it does. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. I mean, Alzheimer's, any form of dementia, it is actually a terminal disease. And so what we're trying to do right now is find ways through research to maybe be a little more preventative, change some lifestyle changes, and then once people do already have the disease, ways to just kind of slow it down a little bit.
Working with the people as you do at Carriage Court, you see the direct impact that Alzheimer's has not only on the person itself, but on its family as well.
Absolutely. And really, with the families, it's very difficult because they expect that person to be who they've always been. And all of a sudden, they're dealing with a completely different person. And so they really have to completely rethink their approach to that family member.
And really, that family member goes through a lot of stress and grief on their own, because when that person looks at you and they no longer know who you are, right, that's devastating.
And it is devastating. I mean, when you know that, that's been your mother, your father, that you've always gone to for support, and now all of a sudden it's kind of a role reversal, and you're having to take care of them, and, they've really gone back to maybe when they were a child or a teenager, and so you have to completely change your approach with that person. But also a big part of the disease is, and having that quality of life, you don't want to treat them like a child. You want to treat them with respect. You want to have quality activities and things for them to try to pull out some of those memories of when they were younger, and just things that, really meant something to them. And so that changes that family member from, being the child to a caregiver. And so we also try to give them resources, of how to deal with that, because it's so stressful.
Well, it's so difficult. How do you tell your mom and dad what to do?
And that's exactly it. And especially if mom and dad are angry with you, and maybe they've always been a very passive, kind, quiet person, and all of a sudden now they're angry and they're yelling, and you just sometimes don't know how to deal with that. And actually, that's something Angie runs the support group, and so she has to deal with that a lot too, teaching families how to now deal with their loved one when they're in this situation.
A lot of Alzheimer's patients get frustrated and angry because I should know that. Why can't I remember that? Why can't I do this anymore? And it does. It manifests itself in anger.
Absolutely. And part of what, we try to show is the biggest part of it is redirection. Don't argue with that person. Don't disagree with them. Try to give them something else to focus on, whether it be, involve them in some type of an activity or just simply change the conversation, take them for a walk, things like that.
I've used those tactics before because Mom and I, we knew Alzheimer's was coming. Her parents had it. They both got angry. I said, Mom, we're not going to get angry. You're going to forget things. We're just going to know that you're going to forget things. But let's not spend the time getting angry. Let's just be happy about it, and we'll live a better life.
Exactly. And the more you just give into it and go with the disease process and just kind of take it one day at a time rather than really just think too hard about, getting mom and dad back. You're really not going to get them back to what they ever were, but it's just being comfortable with dealing with them as, who they are now.
That's the thing. I think a lot of the family members have a hard time with, we want mom to be back the way she was. She's not. She's a different person now. Alzheimer's has changed her, but get to know the new person and get to love that person.
Absolutely. And that's what we always try to focus on because, when they come into our community, that's the person we've met and that's the person we fall in love with, that new person. So sometimes it's getting them on board with seeing how we work with them and just seeing the things that make them happy that we do. And it really does help the families to see that there is another way to still have that loved one be a strong part of your life and be happy with them.
Do you have anything else for us today?
So no, mainly what we're focusing on is just letting the community know that we're going to be hosting this event, trying to get people to come down and participate. Hopefully, it's going to be a beautiful day. It's, the middle of June, and we're going to try to have plenty of activities there for them to participate in. And, the farmers market will be going on that day. Then we'll have the car show set up on the South Main Street block. And then in the North Main Street block, we're going to have some food vendors. We will have the Bluegrass Ramblers performing, a lot of information booths, and then that's going to be the base for the scavenger hunt. And the scavenger hunt, we're going to go through different businesses downtown with clues, and people are going to bring all of their things back to us, and we're going to have some prizes available. And so we really want to make it a fun family day that's also promoting awareness. Our goal is to paint the downtown purple, so get all the businesses to participate in that. And June is also Relay for Life Month, so they want to coordinate with us with getting the purple decorations up. So just an overall community event, and Angie and I are on the committee. We do have a large committee that we're working with to bring all of this together, and we just hope it's successful and hope people come.
Angie, has she forgot anything?
We are also looking for sponsors, so if anyone would like to be a sponsor, you can get a hold of Beth and I, and of course we will recognize you on all social media and on the shirts we are going to sell, and we would like anyone who would like to set up a team to get a hold of one of us, and kind of like Relay for Life, you can raise money with your own team, and all those proceeds will also go to the Alzheimer's Association. And I hold a support group, like Beth said, the second Tuesday of every month at 2 o'clock at Commission on Aging, so if you or anyone you know needs that support and has someone who has Alzheimer's, please come. It's free, and I would love to have as many people as possible.
All right, folks, my guests from Carriage Court, we've got Beth and Angie, and we will thank you guys so much for coming in and taking time out of your busy day.
Thanks for having us.